He had reached the lane when he heard the cough. Cale turned with his hand already on his sword. The sound had come from the tumbled shell of the cooper's shed near the river track, a place he had passed twice and judged empty. He crossed the yard at once, boots crunching frost, and shoved aside a charred plank that had fallen across the doorway. Inside, under a lean of broken staves and wet thatch, an old woman sat wrapped in a horse blanket gone black at one edge. Her white hair hung loose around a face lined deep as split bark. One ankle was bound with a strip torn from a curtain, stiff with dried blood. Mother Sella, who had delivered half the village and buried the other half. She looked up at him without surprise.
Took you long enough, Captain.
I'm no captain.
Cale crouched and saw at once why she had not moved. The ankle was swollen near double, and the shed had trapped the night's cold around her. He offered his arm. She slapped it away with more force than he expected.
Save your strength. I can stand if I must.
Her eyes went past him to the smoke over the green. Whatever she read there tightened her mouth, but she did not ask for names.
Listen instead. Riders came after dusk. Not the ones who burned us. Our own. 4 of them. Hard run and half starved. They saw the fires from the ridge, watered at the stream, and rode east before moonrise.
Cale felt something in him go still.
Scouts,
He asked.
Stragglers. Men trying to find the army. Same as you ought to be.
She said. He said nothing. The road east had already taken shape in his mind as a private hunt, a line between himself and the men who had killed Mara. Sella watched him long enough to catch that thought and despise it.
You want names. Good. Names live in camps, not in ditches behind raiding parties. If the border's broken this far, the king must hear it from someone who has seen the cost. Not a reeve, not a frightened boy. You.
Her gaze dropped to his mail, the campaign scars on his hands, the way he stood even now as if waiting for an order.
You know how armies lie to themselves. Go tell them what their victory bought.
Cale looked past her through the cracked wall, toward the 3 stakes standing over ash and fresh earth. He had wanted revenge, simple enough to hold in one hand. Sella offered him something worse. Distance, command tents, men with seals and excuses, perhaps a king who would listen too late. Duty had brought him away from home and left it undefended. Now duty, stripped of honor and comfort, asked him to go back to the same machine and force it to look at what it had done. He bent, got her arm over his shoulder despite her muttered curse, and lifted her carefully into the light.
There's a shepherd's bothy 2 miles west,
she said through her teeth.
I know.
Cale steadied her weight and turned from the eastern road only long enough to see her safe. After that, he would ride for the army. Not to serve, but to carry the truth into their tents.